In this video, we're going to talk about YouTube channel name ideas and how to come up with awesome YouTube channel names. Hi everyone, my name is Kononenko. You might also know me as the Caffeinated Blogger. And if you're new on this channel, then click the subscribe button just below this video to stay up to date. I put out regular videos on YouTube marketing, affiliate marketing, and niche websites. So click that bell notification icon to get updated as soon as I upload my next video. So does the name of your YouTube channel actually make any difference at all? Well, let me give you an example. The only channel name that I personally remember when I'm thinking of soccer related or football related channels is F2 Freestylers. And the reason is that I don't know what it is about their name, but it really stands out because it's F2 Freestylers. It's just easy to remember. I've seen so many other soccer videos or, football videos for those who live in Europe. And for some reason in my own mind, I cannot remember any of the other soccer videos that I have seen from other channels. I just don't remember those channel names. So a good YouTube channel name really has some very distinctive benefits. It makes you easy to find. It makes people remember you and not the competitors, like in the case of F2 Freestylers. When I think of what kind of videos would I like to watch, I remember F2 Freestylers and I always go back to watch their videos because I connect with their brand. And it also makes people like you. If you search for some kind of videos related to your topic and you see a channel name that you can really connect with, then it might be enough to entice you to watch that particular channel and not some other channels. So to kick things off, let's talk about channel name types. In my mind, there are three different types of YouTube channel names. And the first type of channel name is a personal name. In my case, my full name is Kononenko, so I could have named my YouTube channel Kononenko, and in fact my channel used to be named Kononenko a long time ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And you will actually see a lot of these kind of names on YouTube if you type in something like learn photography, and let's just scroll through the examples of the names here. You will see that there are some hybrid personal names. It says Chris Bray Photography, so the person's name most likely is Chris Bray, and then he's got photography in there as well. There is a channel named David Manning. There's another one named Peter McKinnon. So your name can totally be your brand. And the good thing is if you go for a channel that is just your name, then potentially you can talk about a number of different subjects, and people who follow you, they will follow you because of your name, because they connect with you, and because they're interested in the same things as you. So as an example, if this person here, Peter McKinnon, I don't know anything about him, but just as an example, if let's say he is a dad and he puts out some videos that talk about perhaps his experiences with his children, some of his viewers might eventually connect with those videos as well. So you can sort of grow in the future your channel into other little sub niches as well with your personal brand. You're not locked into just one niche. You can absolutely grow your channel into a huge channel with just your personal name. Look at this, Peter McKinnon, 4.5 million subscribers. In the Make Money Online niche, you've got people like Kevin David, who uses his personal name, Franklin Hatchett, who uses his personal name. And then, of course, we've got Gary V with 2.62 million subscribers. I believe his channel may have been called Gary Vaynerchuk in the past. I seem to remember, but I can't be 100% sure. So the second type of YouTube channel names is niche related channel names, and that is exactly the name of my channel. My channel name is Caffeinated Blogger. A good niche related name actually gives a hint of what the channel is about to the potential viewers, and generally it includes some kind of what I call a modifier word. So for me, that is caffeinated. So I looked through a bunch of name ideas and I was thinking, well, my channel is going to be about niche websites, about YouTube, about blogging, about getting traffic. So what can I throw in there that has got one word that describes my niche, and the second word, some kind of a cool modifier that a lot of my viewers can connect with. And I like drinking coffee. I know that a lot of my viewers probably like drinking coffee as well, because coffee is one of the most common things in the world, one of the most common drinks. And that's how Caffeinated Blogger was born. I actually spent several weeks thinking of my new brand name that I can sort of take forward and that I can expand into different sub niches. And that opened it up for me because Blogger can relate to a lot of different things. I can talk about blogging, I can talk about YouTube, which is essentially video blogging. I can also talk about other topics. If, let's say, 2 years down the track, I want to start talking about video gear reviews or travel, I actually can still do it with this brand Caffeinated Blogger, because Caffeinated Blogger is basically a person who has had a lot of coffee and can be just blogging about a lot of different things. So in a way, I was comfortable with my name, Caffeinated Blogger, going forward, because I knew that I could expand into a lot of different sub-niches and I could also stay focused if I wanted to. And that's what I've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years. I've stayed focused on niche websites and YouTube on my channel. So we'll talk in more detail how to come up with really good niche related channel names a little bit later in this video. For now, let's just talk about this random/branded category of YouTube channel names. And one of them is Biohazard. I honestly still have no idea how to pronounce this guy's name or channel name, whether it's Biohazard, whether it's Biohazard, I have no idea. But hey, it seems to be working for him pretty well. He's got 327,000 subscribers and his subscriber growth has actually been pretty stellar. So having a sort of a pretty weird name that I couldn't even remember for the first several weeks, I was thinking, I wonder about this guy and the videos that he's made. I just could not remember his name, but still it doesn't seem to have slowed his growth in any way. I have no idea how he does this. Well, his content really is very, very good, but look at this 122,000 views 5 days ago when he's only got 327,000 subscribers. Anyway, that's a topic for a different video. My point here is that a random sounding name is actually completely fine for your channel as well, if that's the direction that you decide to go with. But let's talk about the full YouTube channel naming process in full detail. So the first step is to decide if you actually want to use your personal name, because if you do, then that's kind of like the last step in the process. You're done. But with your personal name, are you actually comfortable using it? And here are a couple of considerations that I want to give you when you are deciding whether you should or shouldn't use your personal name. The first one is, of course, are you okay with your name being publicly available and searchable? Because sometimes people start YouTube on the side, and I've got a couple of friends in this situation where they're still working full-time jobs. They're also doing YouTube, and they actually don't want their co-workers to randomly Google their name and for their name to pop up on the internet or on YouTube. So they want to sort of keep that as a secret and they don't want to disclose their name. They're not comfortable with it just yet. The second thing to consider is, are there already some big personalities with your name? Let me give you an example here. So if I start typing in, let's say your first name might be Steven and your last name might be Scherer. So what I would do is I would actually type in Steven Scherer into YouTube, and guess what? There is already a massive channel that's named Steven Scherer. So if you do start gaining momentum and people want to come back to YouTube and they want to find your channel and they type in Steven Scherer, well, there is already a channel named Steven Scherer. So maybe it's not a good idea to name your channel as Steven Scherer as well, because then, you know, there's just going to be confusion for people who want to come back and find you, whether you are this Steven Scherer or the other Steven Scherer. So definitely always a good idea to double check if there are already big personalities with your name on YouTube, because you don't want that confusion. All right, so let's say you don't want to use just your personal name, like your first name and your last name, as the channel name. Then what are the other steps that you can take? Well, here is what I would do, and here is actually what I personally did when I was coming up with the name of my channel, Caffeinated Blogger. The first step is to write a list of other channel names. Let's say we want to come up with a channel that's going to be dedicated to dog training, as an example. I would start the research by just typing in dog training tips or another related query, and I will take a look at what kind of keywords people are using in their channels. So we can see dog training 101, Zag George's dog training revolution. So I might just type in revolution as a potential modifier. Remember, what we're looking for is some ideas for these modifying sort of words. Okay, so I would type in revolution first. Then let's see what other channel names are here. Documentary, all right, that's cool. So here is another modifier, dog geek. So geek could be another modifier. So here's another one. It says academy. So let's add academy to the list as well. Then I would also type in some other queries that are outside of your niche as well. Let's say how to shoot 3-pointers. Let's have a look at some of the basketball channels and what kind of modifying words they use there as well. So here's one that I found, Bleacher Report. So report is another modifying word. Here's another one that I found, Lakers Nation. So we could write down nation. So you get the idea, just get as many of these words as you can before moving on to the next step. So as you're paying attention to their keywords, once you've got a good list, then I would recommend for you to write down a list of your keywords, expanding on their keywords. So let's take a look. Right now we've got Revolution, Geek, Academy, Report, and Nation. And what we want to do is we want to have dog training something. So we either want to have some kind of a word here in front, or we want to have a word behind as a modifying word. So I will take each of these words and then look for synonyms to them. So for example, if I take Academy, and you can use any of these services, find synonyms, just use any of these. For example, you can use Thesaurus. And if we want to find a synonym for Academy, you can do it through this website. So we just want to go here, synonyms, and put in Academy, and let's see what kind of synonyms we get. Hey, that's some pretty cool results that we've got here. So let's copy and paste them. So we've got Institute, Prep School, and Brainery. That's pretty interesting. If we just type into Google Academy synonyms, we might pick up a few more, such as school, college, conservatory, etc. So again, I would just add those in here. School, college. And now what we're getting here is we're getting some potential ideas. So if I look at my keywords dog training, so just based on my ideas, I can come up with some creative new ideas. So using institute, I might end up with Dog Training Institute. That's a potential name. Then looking at prep school, we might have dog prep school. You know, that's not a bad name at all. We might end up with puppy prep school. Puppy prep school is also quite a good name. So the idea is that instead of collecting just 5 of these ideas from other channels, you should collect 20, 30, 40, or even 50, and then get synonyms for all of them. So under my ideas list, you will end up with 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 different potential modifiers. And then you will come up with really a lot of different ideas for your YouTube channel. After you've got this big list, here comes the next step, and it's a very important step, and that is to check availability of your name both in YouTube and across other channels such as .com domain and other social media channels. If you enter a search term into Google, check social media availability, you'll get a couple of services. You can use either Name Checker or Name CHK. This one, I have used Name Checker in the past, and it's a pretty good service. What this will let you do is find out whether your potential brand name is actually available across all the different social media channels as well as a .com domain. Now, I know we're talking about YouTube, so why am I talking about a .com domain? Well, you never know what's going to happen 12 months down the track. The last thing that you want is to have a big YouTube channel, for example, Puppy Prep School on YouTube, and then people start searching for your channel on Google, and they all end up going to your competitor who already has puppyprepschool.com. That would be really bad, wouldn't it? So it's really a good idea to start thinking about this before you start your YouTube channel, so that you pick a name and you secure all of these other social media handles and a .com domain of your choosing, so that in the future you're properly branded and you've actually got a .com domain, because your YouTube channel will grow over time and you want that domain to be available so that you've got a solid business that has got the same name all across. So now what you would do is just take all of your variations and start putting them in here and see what comes up. So we've got Dog Training Institute. Let's click that. So we can see that the .com domain is already taken. However, on YouTube, this name is available, and across Facebook and Tumblr and Pinterest and all of these other social media networks, it's available. But unfortunately, the .com domain is taken. So then let's test Puppy Prep School and see if Puppy Prep School is available. And unfortunately, the .com domain is also taken. So let's take our last one, Dog Prep School, and see what comes up. it's also taken, but guess what? Dog can also be potentially spelled as doggy. If we check that, then look at this. We've actually got a .com domain availability, so you can secure that .com domain, and I recommend that you do that because everyone's YouTube channels, as long as you put your effort into it, it will grow. And this name is actually available right across all the different social media networks. So on YouTube, it is available, which basically means that if somebody goes on youtube.com/doggyprepschool, your channel will actually be available. Of course, it's not registered now, but just to give you an example, if someone goes to youtube.com/caffeinatedblogger now, because I was the first one to get the Caffeinated Blogger name, it goes straight to my channel, which is important. And of course, when I was choosing the name for my YouTube channel, I was also thinking about the actual domain name. So caffeinatedblogger.com also belongs to me, which is really nice because a lot of people find me through Google these days as well. And if caffeinatedblogger.com was registered by somebody else, that would be actually really bad for me because I'd be losing a lot of the traffic. Lastly, if you think that you want a random name similar to that Beer Heza guy's name, then I've actually got a tool here that I wanted to show you. It's called Namelix. It's pretty cool. It produces some quite reasonably good results, and it produces those random sort of sounding names. So here I am, I'm now on Namelix, and it's asking you to enter your keywords. So if you type in dog training and you click generate, and it will ask you a few options. So you want short names, medium or long. Let's say we go for medium, and then we click next. Name style, it's asking for brandable, multiple words, etc., etc. You can play around with those options, but if I just go brandable names, it's actually going to produce some pretty good results, I think. So look at this. It's got this Train B, Trainerly, Papian. I mean, that's quite a cool name, I thought, Papian. And you can check from here whether the .com domains are also available or not. Greyhound, so that's quite cool. It's kind of like Greyhound, but you know, a little bit different as well. It's got these ones, Group C, Foghound, Train Peach, Zorpapi. These are all reasonably good names, actually. And I found that this tool is pretty accurate. When you click register on here, they generally come up with results that are available. For example, there's Zorpapi. If you open it up, you can see that Zorpapi is actually available. Well, it's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel just below this video to stay up to date with my future videos related to YouTube marketing, free traffic, and blogging. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kononenko, the Caffeinated Blogger. I'll see you in the next video.